Hi, welcome back to the Williamsburg Address. I am Kayla Jones.
And I'm Alison Sakamura, and we're excited to be bringing you episode number
Two.
two.
Yes, we are. So today we're going to talk about all things Williamsburg. And
Woohoo! Our favorite
yep,
place.
yep, our favorite place and what we love about the area.
And we're excited. If you notice, this time we're actually together in person.
Yes, yeah,
So
we're together.
we'll be filming both ways depending on the days that we do film, but we're excited to have the opportunity to sit next to each other and film.
Yes, we are. So, what are your top, let's say, three things that you love about Williamsburg?
Wow. Okay. So there's a lot I love. One of my top things, of course, is all the great areas to walk. I love to walk. So I enjoy walking in the different parks that they have that are public. So that some of them have paved paths and then they also have wooded paths. So you really can feel like you're immersed in nature while you're walking. The bird watching is incredible, the sounds. So I would say definitely walking.
What are your favorite birds to see?
Oh, okay. And when I'm out,
Yeah,
I
when you're out.
love to see if you see an eagle, of course that would be, they're not, you don't see them all the time, but you do. I also love a bluebird or a robin. I have bluebird houses at my house, so I love seeing those. And then any water bird, if you've ever gone and seen them standing in the water and
That's
kind of
true.
walking through the muck, and
They are good photo opportunities there.
there are, yes, definitely. And a lot of them, some of the walking trails, like the Green Springs Trail, has a bridge on it. So you can get down to College Creek, which is down here by New Quarter Park. So that's another good one that provides interior wooded trails that you can really get around, but get down to a water source as well, which is fun to see. And the other place I love to walk is Colonial Williamsburg and William and Mary. So when you walk through there, it's kind of a living museum. I mean, it's just somewhere that there's a lot of activity going on. It's a great place to watch the changes of the seasons.
Yes.
In the spring, you're going to see baby animals
Yeah.
and kind of what's happening there. Sometimes we get,
Yes.
lambs have twins, and so the sheeps have twins.
Oh, the oxen, the horses, all of that. What else is out there? It's always, someone told me every time I come to Williamsburg, I always see some random livestock. And it's the truth. Yeah.
And sometimes you see them in the road. Like you might see the oxen pulling a cart and they're picking up different things to bring to another area. Obviously, you'll see the carriages with the horses attached. And so they are taking people around through the town on a guided tour, which is really cool to see.
It is. It is. And I remember one time I was driving and one of the, was it calves, I guess, they got loose. I was able to record it and I put it online. It went kind of, locally viral. You can see the man. And one thing else about the area is you see people in Food Line dressed in colonial times too. Oh, yeah.
Yes, you'll see them driving in their car or just in the community walking around, but in their colonial outfits.
Yes.
Which I've always wanted to get one.
I can get one.
I know. I think for 2026, because it's our country's 250-year celebration. And there's a lot of activities going on here to celebrate. And I have said that I want to get one and dress up and just walk around up there. Probably my hair would not look very colonial, but, we could try to roll with it the best we could.
You could. Yeah, you certainly could. I remember I had some friends come down. One of the summers I was in college and they came down here and we were out at a restaurant. And I remember them all just looking. And I didn't know what they were looking at because I'm used to it. And they were like, why are they dressed up like they're from? And that's why, because it's normal here. Other people, they see that and then they get used to it. Everybody gets used to it, but it is funny to see people that aren't from here experience that the first time.
And it's unique. Some people actually live in Colonial Williamsburg. So some of the interpreters do actually live on site in houses. And then you can also rent some of the houses and stay right in the Colonial Williamsburg Museum area. So that's really cool to do and kind of immerse yourself in history, walk out your front door and you can be in it. For us as locals, the great thing is I can be up there in less than 10 minutes, park a car, jump out with, the dogs, and we walk all around and we go all through Colonial Williamsburg, various times of the day, evening, later at night, and then cross over Confusion Corner. So that's a street that's interesting. Yes. And you cross across that area and get right into the College of William and Mary, and you can walk through campus. It's public and open, go by the Sunken Gardens, and then go all the way around to Crimdale Bridge, walk over to the football stadium, come back up Richmond Road, grab coffee at Starbucks or Wawa. There's a lot of other great restaurants there.
Or the locally owned, like the Bake Shop and Whole, and what else is over
Aromas.
there? Yes, Aromas. Illy is over there. Yeah, there's a lot of nice coffee shops over there.
There are.
Yeah. I feel like, what's the other one? Aleva. Yeah, they're over there too.
They're over there too. Yeah. So there's a lot of unique places that are family owned that you can go. You love being able to walk in there. Some of them, they're fine if your dog is out front. If you bring an animal, you can have them out front. Sometimes they have bowls of water available too. So it is such a nice place to walk and see the area.
And another thing, like even a lot of locals will go after dinner time and walk it off. Yeah, so that's always good too. And then you can see them. Sometimes they're lighting the lanterns or they're starting to do their portrayals and doing that, and you can walk around and just see them or ride a bike. I know when we were little, we would sometimes, our parents would take us up there and ride our bikes up and down Duke of Gloucester Street. And people still do that today. It's all the time.
You see skateboards, scooters, all kinds of things, roller skates, because the road is actually paved. Yeah. So you can get around in between all the buildings, and there's a great area of this main Duke of Gloucester, and there's a lot of different side streets that you can get to that bring you around. Do you know one of the buildings up there is said to be one of Virginia's most haunted houses?
Believe it.
So that's always interesting to walk by too. Of course, the governor's palace is amazing. It has a long lawn. People will have picnics. They'll throw football. Kids will run around. I mean, there's constant activity going on. So as a local, what's fun is a lot of them will wear the pass. So you'll know that they're a visitor. And I think when they see you, they'll ask if you're local. I don't know if we somehow have a hidden sign on us that say we are. I guess because because I have a dog with me. I don't know. Or we have dogs when we walk. But anyway, they'll ask you for recommendations. So they'll ask you questions about the area. And it's so fun to be able to, one, learn where they're coming from and what brought them to the area. Yes. A lot of times people will say it's an area they vacationed at as a child and they bring their kids back. And so it's fun to then talk about maybe what they saw there before, what's changed, and then also be able to give some of those local recommendations of restaurants and coffee shops and places that you can go and enjoy the food and what's around, outside of the Colonial area.
Yeah. And I will say a few years ago, they paved it. So yes, it used to be the bumpiness.
It used to be the aggregate. Yes. And then they had started paving it and were going to, I think, put the aggregate back. But then COVID happened. And what they realized too, the paving, even though it's not colonial and it doesn't look colonial, it's more accessible because it's easier to push a stroller, and a wheelchair, inclusive.
Everybody can be outside and enjoy and be able to be on a street where cars can only go on certain parts of it. But other than that, like if you had your child and they wanted to ride down to the
Capitol.
Yeah, the Capitol building. Yes, I forgot the word. I was like, which one is that? But if they want to do that, you don't have to be looking out for cars in the certain sections of that, which makes it a nice place just to be able to kind of relax while you go down the street and they're riding all 3,000 times around you.
But what's nice too is the other upper section, which is more towards some of the restaurant area of the Duke of Gloucester side, where you're going to find your Illy and your Dog Street pub and the new Ember that everyone's talking about. Also Cheese Shop and some other local favorites. Yes. Along there, they kept the paving, of course, and then they also put out tables and chairs, which we didn't used to have. but you'll see during COVID, people could come up there and bring a picnic or get food and sit outside and still safely sit apart and then enjoy the food. And what's been a blessing is that has all remained and grown,
Yes,
I would say, since COVID. Like it's stayed there, and it is a great place to be able to connect outside and sit amongst the area. Sometimes there's people playing music up there, or interpreters
do their saxophone while you're walking, or the trumpet, and it's like you're in a movie almost, because you have the background music and you're just walking and enjoying on a nice evening, and it's not cold, it's not hot. Some people go up there just get ice cream at Kilwins or Baskin Robbins, and then go walk around, just go look at the horses that are out there, try to pet them.
And what's nice too is at Christmas time, they'll have Father Christmas and Mrs. Christmas or Mrs. Claus up there with him, and you can talk to them and take pictures. They'll have live music. You'll see the Nutcracker, the ballet performers out there getting photos taken in the middle of the street, you know, for their information they're going to put out, but also the horses. And then there is a skating rink. An ice skating rink. Now, I've not done it, but I have stood and watched. They have also an area that you can buy food and you can skate around, like in the middle of the city with string lights. And it's just very picturesque. In a beautiful place. And when you walk around at Christmas, all the buildings, a lot of them have unique wreaths that are made from natural things as well as fresh fruit. And so they're just gorgeous.
Yeah, they are gorgeous.
Yes.
It is a gorgeous thing. And what would you say your third favorite thing is?
Okay, my third favorite thing. I mean, I have 100. We could sit here all day. Yes. We were talking about before, I'm like listing all this stuff. But one of my other favorite things is the Colonial Parkway, I would say. So the road's currently being renovated, so only part of it is open. But I call it the hidden highway.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of secluded. It's off the beaten path. It is an aggregate road. There's not street signs or advertisements on it. So it's funny, when you do drive down, people will get on and maybe not realize where they're going. And so sometimes you'll see people doing U-turns or trying to figure out what's happening. But it connects Jamestown Settlement up to Williamsburg directly in the visitor center, and you keep going, you can make it all the way down to Yorktown, and you can get down to Water Street and the beach down there. And so it's such a unique and beautiful road to drive on. It's wooded, and so it's very natural. Again, you're going to see a lot of, you know, greenery and the change in the leaves, and
then also the water, the York River, the James River. You'll see both of those, and all the enclaves of beaches that are out there.
Yes, and you'll see there's pull-offs on the road, so people will pull off and have picnics, so they'll go down to the beach area. Some of them you do want to be careful, because the way the tides are, you really need to watch about swimming. So you do want to watch your signs. If they recommend not to swim, do not swim, even if it looks fine when you go.
Personally, the only place I would go to swim is down at Yorktown Beach. Where there is the
kind of roped off
area places where you can, but it's still at your own risk. But that is probably a place where
safest.
The safest. And they don't have those signs. I think everywhere else they have those signs up. So if you're going out there to swim, go to Yorktown Beach
or Jamestown Beach.
But pay attention to what it says, because you don't want anything
to happen. Definitely. And stuff has happened, unfortunately, and it's tidal water, and so you just have to be really careful. Even if you're a strong swimmer, like, it's not recommended. But with Yorktown Beach, what's cool about that area in Yorktown is they also have a shopping area and restaurants, but then there's green areas, and you can also walk up into the city of Yorktown, the historic area, as well. The beach does have sand. There is actually a pad or path out there for anyone that maybe even has a wheelchair that wants to be able to enjoy the beach. You can get out into the sand a little bit further using that, which is great.
That's actually my favorite beach around here. It's the quietest, not as much tourism all the time, but there is, of course, there's tourists, but it's not Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach, they just have, it's a lot of parking and fees and stuff down there to get to the beach. But for Yorktown, that is a place, and we've been down there taken our computers and did work down there before, because if you're near a beach, why wouldn't you enjoy it?
It's relaxing.
Yes.
Yes, it is. And it's such a beautiful place. And I know there's also the Gloucester drawbridge is there. So the drawbridge actually is unique because instead of opening up like most drawbridges, it opens out. It's a swing bridge and then it snaps back together. And so you'll see it open at certain times as the taller ships come through. And there's different boats that will come to that area based on weekends and anniversary times that you can tour or ride on. And so it is really a unique place to check out and spend time. And again, regardless of what season you go, there's always something going on and happening.
Yeah.
They also have the farmers markets, which we didn't talk about.
Yeah, that's one of my top ones are the farmers markets and second Sundays. I do enjoy that in Williamsburg. Yorktown has farmers markets too. I believe in all the way up to New Kent, they have farmers markets as well. Williamsburg, they have the Strip, and it's a bunch of different places you can go. One of my favorite things is one of the vendors there. I can't remember the name, but they have lollipops in there. But it's frozen pops. Joysicles, that's what I think it's called. And it's non-dairy, it's fruit, and they are so good. That's my favorite thing to get when I get there, and then I go walk around and see what else is there.
I usually like the pies, so there's always some good pies and desserts, and then great vegetables. A lot of different farms bring in fresh vegetables that are beautiful and just amazing when you get them home. And then also the flowers and plants. Like there's always a good array of beautiful flowers that you can buy by the bunch. And so there's bread and bagels and other things that are out there. So it is a great place to check out. I also love the Williamsburg market, and then I do go down to Yorktown as well. So they have varying themes for theirs, and it's right there kind of on that Water Street area. Which is great. Yeah. Second Sunday, super fun. It's a huge art festival with live music throughout, and you can walk and see all the vendors. And then they do have that art festival that they bring traditionally once or twice a year, where they have artists from all over the United States come and bring their art here. And so that you can shop art, and it is so unique. I've gotten different things there that I absolutely love. There's a gentleman that does pencil drawings and kind of with kids' toys. So I got my son one that's Star Wars, and it has the clone members and the ships, and it's just really unique drawing. So it's pretty.
Yes, and then another thing that's both of our favorites is the concert series.
Yes!
The concert series is and it's all throughout Williamsburg, and they have different bands that come in that play pretty much every genre of music, and people are up there dancing, or you're up there dancing. And
pulling people up there, but also the food trucks are there.
Yes.
And it is fun. You go and you just see people of all ages.
And it's free.
Yes, it's free. People of all ages come, and they're out there enjoying themselves. You bring a lawn chair or a blanket. You can bring a wagon. You can bring your animal. You can bring your kids. And
one time we even saw a cat out there.
Someone
brought a cat.
We did.
Yes. And they're
sat right in front of us.
Yes. And it's just, people go and you have your dinner there on a nice summer evening and just relax, listen to the music, talk to friends. It's a good gathering point. It is,
and
just to get away from work.
Yes. So it's a good time. Typically, we carry our lawn chairs in our car during that season, so that if we're at the office and we know something's going on and everyone's done, we'll kind of all go over there. Or if you just decide, oh my gosh, I forgot it was tonight, it's in your car. You can just ride over there pretty quick. So in Williamsburg, there's the Duke of Gloucester Street. So they used to be on the Art Lawn. They've moved them back to the Duke of Gloucester Street. And then over by Legacy Hall, right in Newtown. And then Midtown Row, behind Midtown, is another concert venue. So that is 4. Is that,
because they moved Sometimes
Yeah.
they move, and
Oh,
York,
and Billsburg Brewery has
Billsburg,
live music quite a bit
and Yorktown has it as
outside,
well.
and then Yorktown as well,
And
right on Water
Yorktown,
Street.
yep, right at the river. So
Yes.
that is nice. Very nice down there too, because you get the breeze from the York River at night too, and that's a nice time as well.
And they have there's an area right on the main, and then kind of it goes up a hill. And so
Hmm.
people do bring again blankets and chairs and pets and kids. And in the middle street, they've closed it to where you can't drive through anymore during the concert series. So
Hmm.
they'll have sometimes cornholes set up.
Yep.
People do line dancing. I mean, there's
Hmm.
just, it's a very active place. The restaurants are open. Again, they usually have food trucks out there
Yeah.
as well. And so it is just a fun place to connect and have a good
Yeah,
time.
it is. And the line dancing is songs like The Wobble or those type of line dancing songs. And I think before they've had some like the country line dancing
Yes,
songs
they
too.
have.
So they
Yes.
have both types of line dancing, depending on what you consider that word to be.
Well, and during the band's break, they
Hmm.
usually will play dance music or line dancing. They
Yeah.
usually will play something on their
Yeah.
break time, so it's ever flowing. There's not a slow point. So if
Yeah.
you're thinking it's going to end, it's not. At their break, they're going to continue to entertain you and keep you
Hmm.
invested
Yes.
and having a good time. So
Yes.
highly recommend.
Yes, definitely. One of my favorite things is being close to DC, being about 2.5 hours from DC. Richmond is like 45 minutes, if that, depending on where you're going. Norfolk on the other side is about an
Yes.
hour to get there. And
Virginia
then,
Beach is
yeah,
probably an
Virginia Beach,
hour and
yeah.
15 to get down to
Hmm.
the ocean.
Yeah, and
So
you have all those places. It's a central location that a lot
we're
of
a
people
hub.
love. Yes,
We are a hub,
We
and
are
we
a
can
hub.
get to all these locations
Hmm.
pretty quickly,
Charlottesville too.
easily. Oh,
It's
yeah.
about
Yes.
Yep. So we have that too.
If you want to enjoy the mountains for the day or go
Yeah.
up there, and there's a lot to do there as well. So being in this location of the Commonwealth, I mean,
Yeah.
it really is accessible to so much more.
Yes.
But yet you can come home to Williamsburg, your
Yes.
community, and enjoy living here, but then have access to everything else.
Yeah. And then also what I've done before that I don't think a lot of people really think about
Oh,
is utilizing Amtrak, because Williamsburg does have the train station right here, right close to Colonial Williamsburg, which is central location.
yes.
And I've even, if I didn't feel like driving up to Richmond and I was going to meet someone to go eat dinner or lunch, and I was like, I don't feel like driving. I don't feel like dealing with any traffic or anything. I hop on the train, and it was like $30. Go up there, get back, and that was the greatest thing. I could just kind of chill out and let somebody else drive for me instead of me driving up there. And done the same for DC. Just hopped on a train, spent the night, come back the next day. It's a nice and easy ride, and you don't have to worry about traffic or have that maintenance costs or anything because you're just on the train.
Yeah, and I know my daughter went with some friends and parents, and they went up on the train into DC for the day. So there even is a track if you wanted to get on in the morning, go up and do the sights for the day,
Yes.
and then get back on at night and come back. And you don't
Mhm.
want to maybe spend the night and take bags and everything
Yep.
else. It is an easy way to get up there. You enjoy the train on the way. You get to hang out, you get to talk, you get to walk around if you need to, and
Mhm.
you're not confined to the car and traffic. So
Yeah.
that is one of the great perks of living here. And again, it's located right in downtown Williamsburg, easy to access and get to.
Yes.
There's not a bunch of rigmarole to get in there. So it's
Mhm.
just a great benefit to our community.
Yeah, it definitely is. And then also the local restaurants. That's another of my favorite.
Yes.
I love being able to showcase locally owned restaurants here in town. And I do it mainly from Williamsburg to Richmond because I do spend time in Richmond a lot too. But yeah, the locally owned, of course, my favorite is Tipsy Beans. That's always my favorite. I love Tipsy Beans. And then there's other ones that I would consider favorites too. But if I have somewhere I need to go, it's always Tipsy. And I'm sure they know it too because I'm always in there. But yeah, we also have different restaurants will have live bands, and they'll have
Yes.
trivia nights and all of
Yes.
these comedians that come in just to entertain you while you're eating, and give you a different ambiance to enjoy as
Yeah,
you're.
it is a great benefit, and you can follow their different pages to see
Hmm.
what's going on and get checked in pretty quickly. And
Hmm.
they're excited to welcome people in and serve a good meal. And sometimes they'll change the menu or provide a specialty menu. But also, usually when you go, you're always going to see someone you know,
Yeah.
because it
Uh-huh.
is a small town feel, even though it's a bigger town. And
Yes.
it seems like everyone's a little bit connected in some way. So even if you go and you don't know anybody, you probably will meet someone.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people that move here, they're very friendly. They're excited to live
Hmm.
here. When they come out, they're excited to, where did you move from? Or what do you like to eat here? Or have a conversation. So it doesn't feel so separate.
Yeah. No. And then the people that are from here, you find out a lot of people are related. Everybody is related here. You see that a lot, and I think it helps with that community feel too, because you meet somebody and you're like, oh, and then you say a name and you're like, oh, that's my cousin. And then they're like, wait a second, what do you mean? Like, how do you know all these people that I just met? And then it just kind of brings more people to feel more connected because of the deep roots that are here. Another big thing is Busch Garden. Busch Gardens
Oh,
is a
I love Busch Gardens.
is a top place to be. I will say I grew up here, so we were here a lot, or at Busch Gardens a lot growing up. So I do enjoy that, um, having those experiences, and that's another way how we met so many people because during my time, you got dropped off, and then you were there all day, and then your parents came and picked you up. It was like the babysitter. That's not the case anymore, so I'll be clear about that. But when I was there, that's what we did all the time, and people just you meet people from other schools and all the schools in Williamsburg was kind of the same thing, and that's how we connected more so. And now, right now, I'll go back for like the Food and Wine Festival, but I was there a lot. So I'll definitely, go back too. It's not that I'm saying I wouldn't or anything, but it is a great place for people to go. They have the preschool pass too,
Yes,
which is a good benefit for, I think it's 4 and under,
I think
I
so.
believe,
Yeah.
where you can get a free pass for them. You just have to go in there and give the information they ask for, and it's on their website. So that's always something I tell my clients when they move here and they have a little one. I'm like, go ahead and do that because that's going to be your entertainment for as long as they're open.
Well, and I think for me, having moved here 13 years ago, and at the time I had my three kids were second grade, fifth grade, and ninth grade. So, of course, the Busch Gardens Pass was a must. We had never lived through by a theme park. We could get there in less than 15 minutes. And they change all the different events through the year. So, like she said, they do have the Food and Wine Festival coming up. They have kind of the celebration of
Mhm.
New Orleans, and it'll all be turned around with decorations and what they're offering. And then they do have Hallow Scream, which is
Yes.
scarier with the scares at night, but during the day it's more pumpkins and
I remember the first time I went
October
to Hollow
themed.
Screen
Yeah.
with my parents. We were younger then, so we went with parents. And I remember looking at this like skeleton looking thing that was on a post. It was just standing there. And I just was looking at it and it moved and it hit it and my heart dropped. And that's when I was like, okay, that's what this is. And then the second time that I really remember, even though I went a lot of times, but I was with a group of friends and they had something come out the tree
Oh my
and
gosh. Wait.
dove
Yes.
down at
That
us.
happened to me.
Everybody ran. What in the world? And yeah, and then we all had to find each other.
Yeah.
But it's a fun time to
Well,
go.
they have different haunted house areas
Yes.
where some of the rides are shut down or
Mhm.
some of the roller coasters are shut down and you go through there. So
Yes.
I've been to Hell Scream several times,
Hmm.
and I am the one in the back that is screaming and running and just scared to death. But I don't know. I like it. Like, I like going and experiencing it. And there are scares that swing out of trees and shock you, and you're screaming when that's
Yeah.
going on. They'll have a random skeleton DJ playing music.
Yeah.
But it is super fun. And then, of course, who doesn't love Christmas Town?
Yes.
I
Christmas
love
Town.
going Christmas Town. Sometimes they make it snow, they play Christmas music, it's decorated with different lights. You ride on the train and they
Mhm.
play Christmas carols and you sing as you ride around the town and look at it. and Santa Claus is there, so you can go and talk with him. And I just love going there.
Yes. What
It's
about
just
water country?
oh!
Yes.
So another favorite is water country. So I have a season's pass, so I pay monthly. You kind of get locked in at that monthly price. So even each year as they increase, you'll stay at your original price. And we get free parking, which is a great amenity, and you can pay monthly again. So that way, the pass cost, if you're going to go a couple times, you're better to get the pass and pay in that way. But water country is just a little bit of an add-on to that Busch Gardens pass, and it is so much fun. So I go all the time in the summer. Again, you live here, so you don't have to go for 8 hours or 10 hours or that period of time. But
you can hop over.
You
and
can
say,
hop
okay,
over.
I'm going for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. I'm like, okay, now we're going back home.
Yes.
We'll go back again tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I love riding in the Hubba Hubba Highway. It's kind of a bumpier, lazy river. And so you wear a vest and you can just glide around, and they play music and you can talk, and it's fun, and people are swimming by. And the other thing that I like is I like to get the pizza there at the end of the day and sit on a picnic table with my beau and have pizza. And then, of course, the lazy river. And who doesn't love the speed racers? We get with the kids and race down on that. So it is such a fun place. And again, it's like so close that you're able to come here and just go in there for a couple hours every day if you wanted.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it. For little kids, they have splash pad area. They have a great park area for them. So you'll see a lot of parents that come in and they just park there and kind of hang out with the kids, and it's a way to get out when it's super hot and have a place to go.
And they have that at Busch Gardens
they do
too,
the Elmo area, the Elmo Sesame Street.
Yep. Yeah. For the little kids, and have the little roller coasters and the what is it called, the drop tower, but it's modified for little kids.
Yes.
So that is cool to introduce them to the roller coasters as well.
Do you know I'm not a roller coaster rider? I do not. I get really scared. But that little roller coaster is so cute, and they even let adults on it. So if you're an adult, and even if you don't have a little kid with you, but maybe that's your speed of roller coaster, you can go on it. So you can try it out there before you jump to the bigger ones.
Yeah. I don't really coasters, but I did. I rode them all.
You did?
Yeah, every single one. Multiple times.
What is the purple one that goes really high and then it comes down lower? And
Apollo.
Okay.
That's the one you can see as you're driving up to Busch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Apollo's Chariot.
In my 40s, we lived here, and I decided I had not been on a roller coaster since I was a little kid at Hershey Park.
Yeah. Wow.
And I thought, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to, what do I have to lose? I can manage a roller coaster. It's 5 minutes or less. I'm going to get on this thing. Okay, so I wait in line, we get on it, decide I really want to get off, but I don't get off. So we start accelerating to the top of this hill, and all I could think of is, we have to come down. How is this going to go? And by the way, it's dark. It's when the park was opened only for pass members from 11 to like 1 in the morning.
Oh,
so it's pitch black out. We're going up this hill. I'm at this point scared to death. We start going down the hill. I'm screaming my head off. And most people know I can be loud. So I am screaming my head off. We whip down the hill. We're whipping around. We finally come to where we're level, and I see trees, and I think, oh my gosh, it's over. I can get off. It's done. No. That's the area where it just levels out to take you to the next section of hills. So I was just screaming the whole way. I end up getting off of that thing. My whole equilibrium was off. I was sweating. I was like totally out of it. Long story short, did not go well. So since then, I have not gotten on a roller coaster.
Yeah,
I've decided I've aged out.
Yeah, Griffin. That's another one.
Yes.
Yes, that's the one that is, I believe, at a 90-degree angle, and it holds you there.
Oh my gosh, you hang over the edge.
Yes.
Like you can sit and watch the people, and you see their legs dangling, and you see their faces, and they're just at the edge waiting and waiting. And then suddenly they're going to drop and fly down.
Yes.
I don't even know.
And the thing is, a lot of people always want to sit in the front. But the back of the roller coaster is where the most, I feel like adrenaline is because gravity is pulling you even further.
Oh my
So
gosh.
imagine dangling down and you can see everybody in front of you and you're just gonna
You
do it.
know
Yeah.
it's coming, but
You
you
know
don't
it's
know when.
coming, but you don't know when.
But one of the things I like is the sky ride because you
Hmm.
can ride through the track of the roller coasters. So
That's
you
true.
maybe don't want to be on it, but you
Hmm.
want to see what it looks like. You can literally ride through and see all the different track. And sometimes it's happening while you're on the
That's
sky
true.
ride. So I do like seeing it from that view. I will tell you, one of the things I love doing when I'm there, and maybe I shouldn't be doing it, but there's that ropes course if you've seen it, and kids and adults go on it. It's open over by the merry-go-round. You know what
Hmm.
I'm talking about?
I
It's a
think so.
tree,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it
yeah.
turns into this whole rope course.
Yeah.
And what I love to run through it.
Oh my goodness.
I know it sounds nuts, but I love to just try to run through it, race through it.
You think you're on Wipeout or something?
I do. And I say, we have to do this. Like, we
Uh-huh.
have to run through it. And I mean, listen, there's other adults doing it too. It's not only me, but it is so fun. And you just bounce through, you figure out the different areas to go. And it's a nice little mini workout while
Yeah,
you're there,
that's
you
true.
know?
Yeah, it is a workout while you're there. So if you're
Yes.
going, you can put on some like ankle weights and do a workout and walking through Busch Gardens.
Yeah, and I've gone before as well. Like it is one of the country's most beautiful theme parks. So
Yes,
it
they.
does have
Hmm.
beautiful plantings and areas of live animals. You can see
Yeah.
horses there as well.
It's based off of the countries. So you
Yes,
have France, Germany,
Germany, Italy,
Italy. Is it just
England.
England? Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Yep.
based
So,
off of those. There's obviously food and things based on the country where
yes.
you go. But I have gone again, as you've heard, I'm a walker. I like to walk. I've
Hmm.
gone there and actually worn headphones and walked the park. So I'm not even there to maybe buy anything at the time. I might buy dessert or pretzel or food or whatever,
Yeah.
but my intent is to go and just walk.
Yeah.
And it gives you another
Exercise.
perspective.
Yeah. Hmm.
And you get to kind of see what's happening, you know,
Yeah.
what's going on in the park, how people are
Hmm.
doing. Sometimes I do offer to take pictures for people. Like
Yeah.
I'll see groups, you know, maybe standing together and I'll say, you know, I'll take your picture for you. Do you want to get together and,
Hmm.
you know, help them to get that nice family portrait
Yeah.
where it's not always a selfie.
Yeah.
There's also
And
that.
it's not leaving one person out. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
everybody gets to be in the family picture, and you have somebody else that's not going to be in there anyways. Take it for you. It's always something that everybody should offer. If you see somebody doing it, it is a good thing because those are memories that people want and need to have with everybody they love in the photo.
And I'll tell you, this year, part of to jump off of that, I
Hmm.
went to Disney World by myself for a day. I was down there visiting my son who goes to school at Full Sail University. Shout out to Preston. He's studying music production, and he had class that day, and I had a pass, so I thought I'll just go myself. Never been to Disney World or a theme park by myself, other
Hmm.
than walking at Busch Gardens. But I went in there. It's a unique perspective to be in a park by yourself and you're
I
watching all
bet,
the
yeah.
activity going
Hmm.
on. And I was able to ride the train, one of my favorite
Yes.
things.
Hmm.
I rode in this old time car through the town and then rode on some other things by myself. But I also spent a lot of time taking photos for people. And so I would see big groups there trying to figure out how they're going to get the photo. And I'd say, oh, I'd love to take your photo for you. And I'm known for placing people. So if I see there's a giant group of people and someone's kind of off to the side or I can't see their face, you know, I will say, oh, maybe you need to be over here or slide up here. And, you know, I'm happy to do it. And I'll tell you, like, they're excited to see it when they get it because someone maybe isn't taking the photo for them and maybe a family member is missing.
Hmm.
One of the stories of when I was there was a little girl celebrating her 5th birthday. And every member of her family had on the ears.
Oh.
And every member, it said happy birthday and then her name on the other side of the ears. And they all had decorated shirts for her birthday. I mean, this family was rolling probably 30 people deep to Walt Disney World for her 5th birthday. And I see them trying to take a photo, and I go up, of course, and I say, I'd love to take your family photo. This is definitely something you want to memorialize and you're going to look back on. I'd love the opportunity to just take this for you. They were so excited. Yes, great. I said, and if you don't mind, they started kind of filtering in. And I said, if you don't mind, if I'm allowed to position people or move, oh, yeah, we'd love that. And so I end up kind of positioning everyone, and the excitement was there. They were happy. And then the little girl, she just kind of had, that dead look, like not, just maybe overwhelmed. She's in there, all of her family's there. She doesn't know what to think. And I'm thinking, oh, baby girl, you got to smile. Your parents are, they're going to love this photo, and your family for a long time, this memory. So I spent a lot of time taking the photo for them, and I just loved it. Yeah. I loved the opportunity. Yeah. So like Kayla said, if you see somebody doing that, or taking a family and one family member standing out, or trading off parents to get the photo, or siblings, or whoever's there, even a couple that maybe they're memorializing a first date but you're unaware, offer to take the photo. It's just an amazing thing to capture that moment in memory and time for them,
And don't forget to take photos.
Yes.
When you're all together. A lot of people forget about it, and then you just don't have those memories, and you think about it when someone's passed away or anything like that, and you're going to want those memories. So make sure you take those pictures too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so important. I'm a big picture taker, and I just love to look back because you can remember the feelings from those photos. Yes, you can remember how you felt in that moment, who you were with, what you were experiencing. And that photo brings that memory to life, out of your brain. And also the opportunity to share it with someone else, or when someone does pass away, that is what you have to look back on, to remember and share. And so I do recommend, even if you're not a normal picture taker, that just remember, even if you just get one or two at a time, that's so important when everyone's together. Definitely take the picture. You can't stress it enough.
Yep, and make them take it.
Force them into it.
Force them into it.
Yeah.
That's good peer pressure.
That's right. That's right.
Another good thing in Williamsburg are the breweries that are here. And even if you don't drink alcohol, they have
great mocktails.
Yeah, good mocktails too.
Yes, they do.
So it's serving for everyone. Even like people will bring their kids there too. And they have certain hours where they're just like, no kids, or certain days where they're saying no for that. But it is good for a place for adults to go and be able to have something for each adult to be able to partake in and not feel left out.
And a lot of times they have trivia. Some of them have board games on a shelf that you can pull a board game over to play if you want. So that's always fun. There's fire pits. A lot of them have live music. So there's always events happening in order to, entertain you. Or if you want to just go there and have dinner, there's quiet nights where they don't have anything going on, and they'll have the fire pits and they'll have the lights, and it's just a great atmosphere to connect.
Yeah, and most of them have a food truck out there usually.
Yes.
Just sitting out there waiting to serve you food. And then also the wineries around.
Yes.
So we have the Williamsburg Winery here in Williamsburg, and then New Kent has a few as well. Love Soddy Creek. Soddy Creek, when you go out there, it's kind of like you're sitting in, I feel like I'm in Charlottesville.
Yeah, I do too.
It feels like you're on a mountain, and you're overlooking mountains, even though it's not really mountains in this area.
And the building almost looks like a lodge.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of times it looks like a lodge. You can sit out on the back deck, and then again, you're going to kind of have that mini mountain view, which makes you feel like you're on vacation. And so I think that is a beautiful place. We have enjoyed going there. Yeah. Another really fun place is Charlie's Airport.
Yes.
Who doesn't love that? So they have homemade food and pies and desserts and soups, but they also have an outdoor patio area, and you can see this. It's a small municipal airport, so you can see the small planes taking off and landing. And again, they have live music at times, and so it's a really fun place to go.
Yeah, and then also the outlets.
Yes.
The outlets is something that us locals, we go during the middle of the week. Yeah, the middle of the week because that's when tourists usually go on the weekends and it's a little bit more crowded over there, but we enjoy just going and trying to catch the sales that they put on for us, I say, in
Yeah.
my own words. um,
But there's a great variety of
yeah,
stores. I mean,
yes.
anything that's maybe a regular store that you would find in a mall, they're going
Mm-hmm.
to have the outlet version there.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a great place to get gifts, or if you need clothes or shoes or anything at all,
Yeah.
you can
Mm-hmm.
find it there. So that's
Yes.
another great place to check out.
Yeah. Or purses too. They have the different stores.
Yes.
So that's a great place. And then also back to Charlie's, just watching the planes come down. A lot of people will go there. They have a little small playground over there too.
Yes, they do.
But it is cool to see the private planes. And one time we were out there and there was a pilot that came in and they landed and they said they were getting their training in. So that's a place they fly from. Where was she
Norfolk.
from? No, they were from maybe up in Northern Virginia somewhere. And she was just telling us like this is we're getting our hours in to be able to get into the next step of their career path. So
And what's interesting is this airport is over near the winery, and this
yes.
land space, you'd be surprised, is available in Williamsburg. So
Yeah.
again, it's a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
everything. And you're getting a picture now, probably, as we describe our favorite areas, to the uniqueness of Williamsburg
Yes.
and what it offers here, and why, as a resident,
Mm-hmm.
you just, again, I pinch myself every day I get to live here. I really do. Like, I
Yes.
just can't believe that all of these things are at my fingertips,
Mm-hmm.
and we get to enjoy them where others come to vacation
Yes.
and get to enjoy it for a period of time. We get to benefit and live here and enjoy it all the time as much as we want.
Mm-hmm.
When people move here, new clients, of course, take them around and try to showcase the area and what we have and make sure we're experiencing some of that on their house tour. But also, I'll say to them, if you move here and you say that you're bored, that's a problem, because there is always something to
Something to
do.
do. Yeah.
Always something to
Yeah.
do.
I will say though, things do close here.
I'd say some of that they're getting away from.
Some okay,
Some of it,
okay.
some of it. I would say some of the restaurants do, but there's other areas like Precarious that stays
Yeah.
open
Mm-hmm.
later. So they have kind of a big beer hall. They have a taco truck inside. They're one of the ones that bring in comedians and things like that. And I think their time is till like 2 in the morning. So
Okay. Yeah.
there are some things that are
Some
open
place.
later.
Yeah.
Some
Mm-hmm.
are midnight. But if you want to go sit down at a restaurant and have dinner, you're probably looking at last seating at that 9,
Yeah.
9:30, 10
Mm-hmm.
o'clock. They
Yeah.
close at 10. Like that's not super late. But
Yeah, but I feel like they are progressively trying to make it, like you said, more places be able to open up or stay open later.
yes,
Yeah, we have a good balance.
I agree.
Yes. A good balance here. Another thing is being close to the airports. We have the Richmond International and Norfolk, all all within an hour each way from Williamsburg, which is a nice touch too.
And some of them offer direct flights depending on
Yes.
where you're going. So the convenience of getting to one of
Mm-hmm.
those airports, whether you choose to go through the tunnel to get down to Norfolk or just go straight up the highway to get to Richmond, you can look up the different airlines
Yeah.
and see which ones have direct flights depending on where you're going. I know Norfolk flies a lot internationally. So that is a place that's a great hub, that's easy access to get into and get out internationally if that's where you wanted to go. There's also the Newport News
Yes.
Airport,
Mm-hmm.
which is smaller, but they do have some flights out of there as well, which is 20 minutes from Williamsburg. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a quick airport if you were wanting to get in and out.
Yeah. But overall, Williamsburg feels like a place where people can put down roots. That is ideal. You see a lot of people that move here, especially if they've been in the military. They move here, and this is where
They stay.
they stay.
So
Yeah.
the family ends up, I think, seeing all the benefit of the area and getting checked into the community. And yeah, you end up deciding that this is the place that you want to continue living life, even
Mhm.
on into civilian life and watching your kids grow up.
Yeah.
So
And they say it's a place where history reminds you to slow down because you do have, I mean, this is Williamsburg. It was the capital. It was everything during the
colonial times.
Yep.
We were considered kind of America's first successful planned community.
Yep.
And so when they had the Battle of Yorktown, they moved uphill, obviously, to Williamsburg and created the colonial town there. And that is what you can tour and visit when you're here. You can walk through it. You can tour the buildings for a cost, which we're going to jump into more of that on a different episode to share with what that is all about. But it is a place that is just beautiful. And again, like we said, you can go up there and have your child ride a bike. You can walk your dog. You can just have a picnic in the middle of it. And it just does remind you to slow down.
Yeah. And it's a place where people feel balanced.
Yes.
It's a balance here.
Definitely.
Yes. So that is our episode number 2.
Whoa! My gosh.
Yes.
This has been fun.
Yes, it has. Yes. And we're only on 2. So we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for listening. The Williamsburg address.